Hi everyone, and welcome back to GP Automotive and Diecast. Well, today I bring you a Anson 1/18 scale Plymouth Prowler. Yes, probably the worst car made by Plymouth. And it is also kind of a cool car. So this was a car that Chrysler made a concept of back in the early 90s, and they were going to just make it and kind of show it off and not expect it to put in production. Well, they were definitely wrong about that. So, they designed it and they made a production car. And here it is. But, it had a 3.5 liter V6. And that is what killed this car. Kind of a retro, cool, open-wheel fender car with purple paint, and it's a roadster, and it's just weirdness, and it's crazy, and it's terrible. But it had a V6. What was Plymouth thinking? But when you think about it, Chrysler, or Plymouth, at the time, didn't have any fast engines apart from the V8 that they put in the Grand Cherokee Limited. I believe it was a 5.9 liter. But that was a very kind of big, bulky engine. It was super heavy, and it wasn't really that fast. So Plymouth would have had to have made a completely new engine for the Prowler, and they just couldn't afford it back in the day. So here's the kind of retro failure of the Plymouth Prowler made by Anson. Kind of a little history lesson on this car. A very, very 90s, 2000s looking box with the kind of crazy decos and all these Prowlers and Plymouth, and it's crazy looking. Well, yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into this Prowler. I got this model from my local hobby shop for around $20. Which I thought is a really good price, considering these are a little harder to find in this color. Or maybe not super hard to find, but definitely go for a little more. These Anson models are a little harder to find these days. You don't see them too often. But let me... yeah, this is kind of a retro car that I've always loved. Similar to my thing with the PT Cruiser. Kind of a retro failure that... I mean, they sold them, but it wasn't great. Kind of a neat-looking car. For some reason, plastic came out with the actual Prowler. Ugh, their boxes aren't that great. But I'll throw that over there. And get on to the thing that matters. The Prowler. Have the removable top. This is definitely a very weird looking car by every mean possible. The working steering. Kind of a not super smooth steering, but it's actually getting a little smoother as I do it. This was a brand new model, never been opened till just then. I never took it out of its box. And back here you do have an opening trunk, which in real life you would store the top. You have the opening front hood where the engine is. The massive 3.5 liter V6 from every single Chrysler minivan. Kind of hard to do, these latches aren't super strong. There we go. 3.5 liter V6. 24 valve. Take a look at the interior. Kind of a very 2000s Chrysler Plymouth interior. Not premium at all. These only came in 4-speed automatics. That's also not a great selling point for these. But yeah, opening doors. So that was the unboxing of the Plymouth Prowler made by Anson. And I'll be doing a review of this, in-depth review of this Prowler, and you'll see that pretty soon. So stay tuned for that, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the subscribe button if you already haven't, and hit the like button. It definitely helps out the videos. So thank you so much for watching.